This week on Blockbusted, we're really exhausted. Oh my gosh, we had a lot of technical difficulties. But you know what? Turned out pretty good. Talked about Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. That's all you really need in life, isn't it? Welcome to Blockbusted. So, Hitchcock. Guys, you have not even, you can't even grasp how big it is for me to say that, okay? So we just got through, we did this whole thing where we recorded our Hogwarts houses, and we did sorting into the houses.
Worked out great.
It was going to be a fun, web extra thing, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to release it on Wednesday. And so then we were like, okay, let's start on the episode that we're doing about Fantastic Beasts, coincidentally. And, so we started it, and then all of a sudden the connection wigged out. Wigged out? I don't know if that's the thing.
Yeah.
And then we did it again, and the connection screwed up. Or wigged out, as some might say. And then we did it again, and it wigged out. And then we did it again, and it wigged out. And then Drew hung up on me, and I didn't even know what happened. So this is our fifth try at opening this episode. And
we got it, though. It's going to work this time.
It's going to work perfectly. And hopefully that wasn't too much of a jarring, abrupt beginning for those of you just joining us. Which is everyone, because we're the only ones who had experienced that terror. Exactly. All right, so y'all have no idea how many times I've said this new piece of news, okay? This is like Groundhog Day. This is Groundhog Day. This is Edge of Tomorrow. So, Hitchcock, the biggest piece of news this week, he's heard this 5 times.
Yes.
Is the Suicide Squad extended cut was released to no applause. Yeah.
I'll give it my applause just for being released with no applause.
Yeah, exactly. Drew had a much funnier joke there, but he's not going to repeat it because it's been said too many times already.
Oh, jeez. I can't even.
Yeah, so the Suicide Squad extended cut got released. No applause.
Yeah,
okay, we're moving on.
Let's do it.
All right, so Spider-Man Homecoming. We're looking forward to it, aren't we?
We are.
It's pretty great.
Yes.
The Spider-Man Homecoming teaser is going to be released before Rogue One.
It's too far away, but it's coming.
It's okay, hang on.
What's that, 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
Rogue One is a month from today. No joke.
Oh, jeez.
That's hype.
Yeah, dude, that is, without a doubt.
Dude,
tickets still haven't come on sale.
Yeah, they're supposed to come out, I think, at the end of this month, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, that is, what's weird is, the hype for this movie is big, but it's not nearly as big as Force Awakens, where they released it, 4 months in advance, and it's sold out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that is kind of odd. But
which, I think we talked about this last week. We think it's better that they're just treating it like a movie.
Yeah, I think we did talk about that, yeah.
Instead of this huge event like Force Awakens is, you know?
Yeah.
I'm hyped, though. It'll be fun.
But anyway, Spider-Man Homecoming, the real thing that the news was about.
Exactly.
Hype, right?
It is. Yeah. I can't wait to see the trailer, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
All right. Speaking of trailers, Hitchcock, segue. We've gotten several this week. Several.
Yeah.
First of all, the Kong Skull Island teaser came out, which undoubtedly you saw before Fantastic Beasts last night.
Yep. Pretty good.
Pretty weird.
Overall, pretty cool. I guess I'll see it, you know? Nothing.
It looks like a fun kind of Pacific Rim-esque movie. It does. It's got
with
King Kong and some weird lizard monsters.
Yeah.
John Goodman is great.
He is.
And also, John, what's his name? Wreck-It Ralph.
That kiddo.
That kiddo.
Yeah.
He's very old.
That old chap.
Hang on. Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, John C. Reilly. That's his name.
Yeah.
Forgot. He looked hilarious in it, you know?
He did.
And the CG's pretty great.
Yeah.
Kong looks pretty good. But I am kind of what? That it's not just a King Kong movie, it's lizard monsters.
Yep.
And dinosaurs. So
you gotta throw some of those. That we've never seen anything like that before, you know. So,
but you know what? It looks like it's shot well. Yeah. It looks like Brie Larson's in it. It looks like Tom Hiddleston's in it.
It looks like it.
It looks like John Goodman's in it. Yeah. And so I think it looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Pretty all right. It'll be a fun summer blockbuster.
But you know what, Hitchcock? If we're talking about looks, the Lord looks at the heart, not the appearance. So people judge based on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So we need to be looking at the heart of this movie.
We do.
Whatever the heart of this movie is going to be. It'll probably be some sort of like
eco
wildlife thing where they go, don't bomb wildlife like they did that thing. Yeah.
Probably. I don't care. I'm just going to go see this movie.
The next teaser that got released this week, trailer actually, because there's a difference here nowadays when we're getting technical, is the Beauty and the Beast trailer was released.
Oh yeah, we did get that this week.
Boy, oh boy.
It's been a pretty good week, man.
It has been, actually. Yeah, voice crack.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Beauty and the Beast. Oh, still looks great, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that first trailer looked great. You know, this one makes it look even better. So
this one looks so gorgeously shot. It looks very close to the original. They said they're tweaking a few things. Apparently, Belle's going to be like an inventor, like her father in this. Okay. So that's interesting. Emma Watson is hot as heck. I'm not quite sure how she's going to fit in the role of Belle. Because on paper it sounds perfect, right? It does. She's bookish and she played Hermione. She's perfect for Belle. But when you see her in action, I'm interested to see how it's going to pan out. Because she is... I can't tell if she's too old or too young. I can't tell what it seems like. But she's one of those things. But I don't know. She'll probably be great. And she's going to sing. You know? So Good point. Emma Watson singing.
Either way, it is Emma Watson, so Houston will love it, right?
In a way.
In a way.
Not even in a way. In all ways, I will love it because Emma Watson is in it. Yes.
No, I'm pumped. Looks beautiful.
Yeah, the CG looks great. Yeah. Of course, it is one of those. I watched a video the other day about Marvel and their their cinematography, or not even cinematography, because their cinematography is good, but how their color grading in their movies is very bland, and they take out kind of that black tone in it, and so it gives it a very gray feel, and that's not cool.
Flat feeling.
Which I always felt about Civil War, but I couldn't quite put my finger on.
Exactly.
But that's not the case with this. This is like a vibrant as heck movie, and I am hyped, you know? So
without a doubt. And we talked about Emma Watson being cast as Belle, but the whole cast is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone voicing
I'm particularly pumped for Luke Evans as Gaston.
Yeah,
that's going to be great.
He looks like he's going to do real good, so.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
And I'm sure the fight between Gaston and the Beast will be real good. Oh, that looks fun. Yeah.
Classic scene right there.
Classic.
That's good.
Remember when he poses as a gargoyle in the shadows and then Gaston walks on past? Because characters can do that in movies.
Yep.
Characters always pose as a statue. All right, tell you what, hang on. Before we go any further, I'm in my parents' closet right now, and I hear a sound machine in the background.
No.
With bird chirping noises. And I'm going to go turn it off real quick. So, Hitchcock, give them your internal monologue real quick. Tell them all your deepest, darkest fears about me and honesty, and I'm going to go turn off the sound machine.
I'm just going to... Oh, shoot. No, he's gone. I'm going to sit here and say nothing. Drink some water, maybe.
I'm back. Did you get anything... You get any of those fears off your heart, off your chest?
Nope.
No? This is the life of this podcast.
I literally said, I'm going to say nothing and drink some water. I needed those few precious seconds just to calm down and relax, you know? I mean...
Sometimes in life, you just got to do that.
You getting up really rattled me, you know? Like, just deeply. It
in your soul, man. In your spirit.
It hurt.
Yeah. The Ghost of Michelle teaser was released.
Well done.
Well done, guys. Well done. I don't have anything to say about it.
Nothing.
Because frick anime. Look, no. I know we discussed this before the episode. I was gonna say that because I just wanted to make
a lot of people by saying that.
Look, I always have hated anime. I've never liked a single anime thing in my life. I get why people like
Pokemon Go.
Do I?
Every day.
Do I get why people like anime?
Nah.
No, I don't. No. But I respect that they like it. But you know what? I just can't.
Just don't like it.
It's weird. Yeah, it's real weird. Yeah, and also, they whitewashed Scarlett Johansson, which was like a big deal or something. So, you know. This is how inexperienced our opinions are on all movies ever.
I saw it. I'm like, hey,
Looks pretty weird. There's a guy with little cameras in his face.
There's some robots. There's a DeLorean-looking car. There's there's a car that looks like the DeLorean.
Maybe I'll see it.
there's some big ladies' faces in the city. You know.
Mm.
It's pretty weird. Pretty trippy.
That's pretty deep.
Don't
pretty
care.
deep.
Don't care.
Okay, moving on. The last bit of news before we move into our big
finally.
topic, our big old topic, is...
Oh, shoot.
Your phone just fell. We're viewers, just so you know.
We are
had to
viewing
solve those
each other.
Oh, yeah, listeners. Just to solve those connection issues, we decided to do FaceTime instead of a phone call. So we're looking at each other in the flesh right now. Isn't that amazing? What?
Not in the flesh, but we're looking at each other.
In the pixels.
In the pixels.
In a way.
There we go.
The Adam Sandler film, 2015.
All
right. Last bit of news. Marvel's The Inhumans has been a very controversial thing recently. Not recently, but, you know, they originally had it scheduled for 2020 as a movie, and people didn't really care about it at all.
Yeah.
So they canceled it, and now it has been announced
cared,
that
though.
The Inhumans... Did you, though? Did you? Did you care about the Inhumans with their... They've got a talking dog on their team? Did you know that?
Is that the dude with, like, the weird slingshot on his forehead?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Is it? I don't know. But yeah, I cared, okay? I cared.
Okay.
I care about those Inhumans.
In your heart.
I really do.
But so it's been announced, you'll be happy to hear that it's getting an ABC TV series to spin off Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which makes total sense because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been having a lot of Inhumans kind of storylines in it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know because we both think it's boring. But two of the episodes for the opening will be screened early in IMAX in late 2017. So that'll be cool.
Very nice. Maybe we'll watch that.
Maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
We don't have enough TV shows to watch these days, you know.
No, not enough.
We just need more, you know.
I could use more than Defenders, Daredevil season 2, which I haven't catched up on. Jessica Jones season 2 coming soon. Iron Fist, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow crossover with The Flash, Supergirl crossover with The Flash, Arrow crossover with The Flash, and also Parks and Recreation because I adore it.
Yeah. Throw Stranger Things in there too, you know.
Oh yeah, Stranger Things season 2 is filming in my hometown right now. Yes. It's pretty good. All right. That was a rush news segment. But so what are we talking about this week, Hitchcock? This is a big deal. This is a big topic. It's a big deal.
It is.
It's a deal.
This past week, we got the Fantastic Beast.
Yeah.
The one and
only. The most
only.
fantastic of the beasts.
Oh, they are. Harry Potter prequel thingy. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah, so Fantastic Beasts came out this week. Me and you both saw it around the exact same time, actually.
You saw it 30 minutes before me.
Yeah, I saw it at 9:30. He saw it at 7.
Yep.
Yeah. He's 3 hours behind, so, you know, I experience life in general 3 hours before he does.
It's trippy, man. But in reality, he doesn't, you know, because I went over there for the summer, and I never got off Pacific time.
It's true. It's true, because you wake up real early in general, and I sleep so late in general.
It worked out perfect.
Yeah.
But anyway, Fantastic Beast.
Fantastic Beast.
It came. It arrived.
Been doing pretty well in the box office thus far. We won't know until Sunday, probably, but made, I think, 8.75, if I remember, 8.75 million Thursday night, which is pretty good. It's not going to make anywhere near like Deathly Hallows Part 2 money. But that's solid, and it's tracking for maybe an 80 million, 90 million opening weekend. Which would be pretty good. You know, it's not amazing, but it's pretty good. And if it makes 90 million, I believe that will top Doctor Strange. So that's interesting, you know?
Cool.
I would be thoroughly I don't know, I'd be kind of happy if it does make that much, because I would go, the public does still care about Harry Potter. Because I feel like it's kind of been lost in the public consciousness in the past few years, you know?
Yeah, what was interesting, though, is I was expecting Doctor Strange to be much bigger than this, you know?
Yeah.
Just because the success Marvel's had in the past, you know?
Well, and Doctor Strange was really solid. Like, it was bigger than all their solo movies. So.
Oh, yeah. But, like, I went to Doctor Strange Thursday night as well, opening night. And it was, I think, around the same time, 7 or 8, I believe. Yeah. Around the same time. And, I mean, the theater, by the time it finished, the theater wasn't that packed, you know? I mean, it was full, but it wasn't full to the brim, you know? But when I went to see this before it even started. It was like, I mean, there were tons of people there.
Wow.
And it was same time on a Thursday night, which I was just like, maybe people do care about this more than I thought, which is interesting. But yeah, it did seem to get more.
Was there anybody dressed up in Hogwarts robes?
I think I saw one or two people, yeah.
There were a few people dressed up at mine, too. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
When I went and saw Deathly Hallows Part 2, I was like 11 at that point. But when I saw it, there was a woman dressed up as Tonks, a woman dressed up as McGonagall,
nice.
old lady dressed up as McGonagall, tons of Harrys, all kinds of stuff. It was amazing. I loved it.
So cool. So cool.
But so Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. We saw it. I'm going to see it again on Tuesday. What did you think of Beasts?
Overall impression was pretty good. I have quite a few issues with it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get into that. But overall, I love seeing the Wizarding World back.
Right. Like any time in the Wizarding World is well spent.
Yeah.
Right. Like any time getting a chance to spend more time there.
Yeah. Oh, it was good. It was good. Overall, I had a great time.
Yeah.
Really fun to see all this new characters and new plot lines come into play.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Had a good time with this one as well.
Yeah.
We were both very uncertain last night. My first tweet after the theater was, And then you texted me, so yeah, or something, which is generally like your kind of. And so we FaceTimed and talked about it, and so most of our discussion has been ruined at this point.
We have, so we're not going to talk about it at all. There's the show, guys. Thank you very much.
Good job, guys. Already talked about it off air.
Yep.
But our reactions were very kind of mixed, muddled.
Meh. They were meh.
Yeah. But as I've kind of slept on it and thought about it more, it has grown on me.
Yeah.
The flaws are definitely still there. But the things that I liked did grow on me more. And also, I have the screenplay book. I'm holding it up for you to see, but then I realized the viewers cannot see it.
It's beautiful. It's got a nice purple and gold tint to it.
They released the screenplay as a book.
Yeah.
And I've been reading it, and it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
So, yeah, it has grown on me a bit. But overall, I think it's pretty good.
It is.
We'll give it our classic rating out of 22
We
later.
We will. Stay tuned.
Yeah. But so why don't we just get straight into it? What did you like about the film? What was your favorite thing?
Oh, favorite thing?
No, not your favorite thing. Just what you like in general.
Well, like I said, love seeing the Wizarding World back on big screen, with the just wands, magic, all different spells, fun to see. And then the beasts, of course, the creatures, kind of got to expand on that word. I think those were the two main things that I really liked for this,
Yeah.
I thought were done pretty well, and really enjoyed seeing again. So, yeah. Beast and magic, it was good to see him back,
Yeah, I just to be clear for those, it's in the title, but we're doing spoilers for this, just so we're clear.
Cool.
So the things that I liked.
If it's spoilers, then I can go all off the rails, right?
Oh. What's your off the rails take then?
The real thing I loved
your
about
hot
this
take
was Mr. Johnny Depp.
Oh, classic, not over the top at all character, Johnny Depp.
Oh, great.
We'll get to that.
We will indeed.
But yeah,
what do you think?
I enjoyed the characters a lot. We'll get into them in just a little bit.
We've
Again,
said that like 3 times.
I have structured this out the bum. What does that mean?
That's good.
But the things that I like the characters a lot. I feel like this film has a very old-fashioned feel to it. And, but see, the thing about it is, it's funny because in one way, it's set in the 1920s, but it feels a lot more modern than Harry Potter. Part of that is because it's a newer film. Part of that is because it's set in a city, I think. Maybe part of that. Versus Harry Potter is generally set in a secluded kind of, castle in the moors and of Scotland.
And even then, it's like it's set in the 1950s or whatever, but we do have newer technology and that stuff. So even in like the tint of way it's made, where like the slightest way they're dressed.
It looks shinier.
Yeah. In some ways, so it has that more polished feel to
right.
it,
Well, and again, that is kind of the Star Wars prequel syndrome. and I'm not comparing this to the god-awful Star Wars prequels.
Let's not get
but,
there.
I do, that is the difficulty with, making a film after you've made other ones and saying it's before them, because it happened with The Hobbit as well.
Yeah.
Where you're using newer technology to make the same things, and some of it's improved, some of it might be a little more laziness, Sure. And it is kind of that thing where, like, you go, wait, the Star Wars prequels, they had those fancy ships, and now they look like this in New Hope?
Yeah, exactly. I remember as a kid, I was, like, so confused when they showed Jabba, and he looked so much better. Or not better, but he looked so much different in the prequels than he did in the... I was like, no, okay.
Is Jabba in the prequels?
Yeah, Phantom Menace.
Oh, he is, isn't he? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Racer.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, so, that's that.
Yep.
I loved that this movie is set in New York.
Yeah.
New York's my favorite place. I've said this many times. And it is kind of a cool kind of vibe of the 20s New York feel. We go to Central Park at one point, which I wasn't expecting. That's fun.
That's cool.
Central Park Zoo. Towards the end, we see the Empire State Building, the kind of frame of it being built. And we do see, like, Ellis Island of him checking in as an immigrant coming in, or as a, temporary visitor or whatever. So it's kind of some classic kind of New York vibes.
It is.
Let me think. What else?
What's in your structure, man? What do you got next?
What do I have next?
You got structure? You don't have an outline?
No, I don't. No? I just wrote, what do you like? What did you dislike? That's my complex structure.
Okay. Okay.
Let's talk about the beasts real quick.
Let's.
So for those who don't know, you're listening to a spoiler review, so you know. But the movie is about Newt Scamander. He lets his beast loose in New York City accidentally.
They go crazy.
And he has to go and catch them all. Gotta catch them all. And so, the film is very much like a kind of... It does kind of replace magic, like spells that were kind of the intrigue of the first Harry Potter movies with beasts as the intrigue here. And for better or worse, that's what it is. Yeah. And I liked most of them a lot,
Definitely.
What did you think?
I think, like you said, I like most of them for the most part, but I think one of the gripes I did have with it showed us quite a bit of new creatures, some of them have been referenced in the old books and the movies, but what I wish we saw more beasts,
Mm-hmm.
Like we did get several, but I just feel like there wasn't enough,
right?
Because like one of the main gripes I had with this film is like when the beasts do get loose, it's set up as like when beasts get loose from this guy's trunk, everyone has to come together and capture all these beasts or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that was gonna be the whole movie, it's gonna be this huge, like almost all the beasts are gonna get out, and they're gonna have to go all around capturing them from being exposed, but only like 4 or 5 beasts got out,
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, I kind of wanted them
you
one
want
more.
This movie, like it's halfway there, and you're like, come on, if you just give me a little more.
Exactly.
And maybe we should just talk about this now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in this film, we've got 2 different plot lines going on, pretty much.
Yeah.
We've got the main plot line where Newt Scamander has let his beast loose in New York accidentally, and he has to go find him.
Yep.
But then we've got a second plot line that's a lot darker, in which we've got a kind of presence that takes over wizards who are suppressing their power, called the Obscurus or Obscurial.
Yeah.
And so towards the end of the film, Newt has to go and stop the Obscurial, and he's the one who's like, we need to tame it or whatever, because I like beasts. And
I want to keep it for
Percival
my own.
Graves, the Ministry or Makusa or wants to, I guess use it to his own advantage, I think.
Yeah.
The motivations were a little
confusing.
muddled in this movie,
Yeah.
But
what he wanted to do, because he was going after it, the whole movie he's going after this thing, but it never was quite clear.
I got the sense, and especially once we find out who he really is, that he was going after it because he wanted it to cause a scene and the Muggles to find out, and then there to be a Wizard-Muggle war. I think that was what he was going for, because that was Grindelwald's goal at one point.
Yeah, okay. It could have been either that or him just trying to harness the power, you know?
Yeah. Because he's power hungry, like all bad guys.
Exactly. No, I feel like that'd be something he'd want to do, you know?
Yeah. But so these two plot lines, they really don't fit together.
They kind of clash and...
They really clash. And oftentimes you're like, oh, I like what we're doing here. And then it'll cut to the other one. And you go, what? You know? And I definitely would have preferred it to be all the Beast plot line and cut out the Obscurus.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting the name. Because on the one hand, you've got a plot line that's about, like, you know, save the environment and animals don't hurt people and we shouldn't hurt them and stuff. And, you know, and then we've got another message about don't suppress who you really are. Probably a, you know, kind of LGBT type message.
Sure.
Don't suppress who you really are. Don't be persecuted, you know, because you'll turn into a big gray cloud of energy. And, you know, I wish they would have just chosen one. And Rowling does, to her credit, what she's trying to do towards the end, I think, is she's trying to intertwine them to where, oh, Newt is the one who tames beasts, and so this is like a beast, and so he needs to go tame it. You know, he's the only one who can stop it. But I didn't feel that connection as much as I should have. And I didn't feel like it was a beast, really, at all. It's a human guy.
Yeah, and they even say when the senator of New York dies, you know, the Obscurus kills him, right? And then Tina brings Newt to the court. The big discussion they're having in the center, and you know, they got the hologram of him floating around the dead senator, and Newt's like, no beast did this, you know.
Yeah.
Which is
so there you go. Discredit the entire.
They even state it's not a beast, but
yeah,
it really plays off as a beast almost, you know?
Well, they're trying to make it play off as a beast, and I really don't feel like it does. Yeah, I didn't like the Obscurus plotline.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like you really could have just replaced that with a beast from
Newt's exactly. That is what I was going to say.
They got out.
Wouldn't it have been so much better if, say, I don't know, his Thunderbird got out.
Yeah.
And it's wrecking the city.
And then, even something new that we haven't seen, you know?
Right.
Create a new
and Graves wants to tame it and use its power or something, and Newt's trying to get it back.
Or use it to expose, you know?
Right. And then you could do the whole, like, thing where, like, is the beast, is his allegiance to Newt, or is it to Graves or something, you know? And I feel like that would have worked a lot better and made it feel more like Fantastic Beasts and where to find them, right?
It really would have. I mean,
I realize Rowling wants to set up this whole thing of, like, the LGBT don't suppress yourself thing, and the whole Second Salem thing is kind of fascinating, you know? Not as much as it should be, I don't think. And also she wants to do this whole thing of, like, I guess it's setting up Grindelwald in a way, this Obscurus thing, which we'll get to, I think.
Yeah.
But
I mean, even then, I feel like you could have done the same thing with the Beast, you know.
Yeah.
It would have fit a lot better. You know, even the title, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. You know, I mean, we just didn't get enough Beasts, and I think if they added that, I mean, have the finale be them against the Beast, you know,
right,
to capture the Beast, it would have been so much better. And I think, if they
better than a energy cloud from Green Lantern.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And that is the thing is, maybe I'll just say this now. I had it on the notes for later, but I'll do it. I'm breaking the formula.
Let's do it.
I feel like this Obscurial thing does not fit with the Harry Potter universe at all.
Yeah.
You know, like, could you imagine Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets or in the Great Hall, right? And then this Obscurial comes through.
Yeah.
Doesn't fit at all.
Not
like,
really.
Could you imagine Ezra Miller's face on a cloud suddenly coming into Hogwarts and wreaking havoc? No. Like, it just... Maybe it's the CGI work. Maybe it's... I don't know, but it just does not seem to fit for
really
me.
Fit
I don't
at
know.
All, you know. Yeah.
The fan theory that I was going to bring up later, breaking the formula again, there's a theory that this is setting up Ariana Dumbledore to be an obscurial or whatever, because in the books we hear that she suppressed her powers because she was bullied by Muggles, and then towards the end when she dies, right, she's hit by a spell during Grindelwald and Dumbledore's duel, and they're not sure who did it. Towards that point, it references something about she'd suppressed her power for too long and she was kind of unhinged or something. And so, and exploding on people or something like that. It's phrased in some way that definitely sounds kind of like this. Yeah. So there's a theory that either we'll see that or that that's already happened, but that she was in Obscurus at some point. So
yeah, which I feel like, just to expand on that a little bit, one thing that I felt like this movie did do well was setting up this new part of the Harry Potter world that we're gonna see.
Right.
You know, it did a good job of introducing everything. You know, these new characters and that, and even if that Obscurus does tie in, you know, that would be such a cool little tie-in. You know. Yeah. But I feel like it did a good job of setting up. I mean, it made me excited to see the future films and where they're gonna go with it. You know? Right. So. It's cool.
And what did you think of the world building in general? Because we get we see a lot of this new American stuff. You know, we see MACUSA, the U.S. Congress Wizard Society. We see some different people's apartments.
I mean, it wasn't really. I mean, it was in New York, you know, so you kind of knew New York, Central Park. You know, nothing new there. Right. But I feel like the MACUSA, is it? MACUSA. I feel like that could have been a little bit better, you know?
It lacked that feel of awe and wonder.
It did. You know? It did. It really, when you first came in, I mean, you saw the owls flying around, the paper airplanes or whatever, the paper rats. Yeah. And it did have that hint of magic, but nothing near as like the Ministry of Magic, you know? Right. I mean, it didn't have that funk to it. Like when you first see the
Ministry of Magic, he goes down in the telephone booth, and like, oh wow!
And you got the fireplaces,
the huge fireplaces, and there's the great fountain, black, stone hall, and the
you got the big hologram of the Ministry of Magic. You know?
It's amazing,
really good,
totally awe-inspiring. But with this, it did feel kind of anticlimactic.
I mean, it just felt like a normal thing that we would have, you know? Right. It felt like a normal, I don't know, courthouse or whatever, you know?
And even like the entrance wasn't that interesting. Yeah. The entrance was just a door, right? Yeah. A door to the invisible thing. I don't know. But, yeah. And they had that one interesting clock thing that was hanging above, but nothing really mind-blowing, you know? The one thing I did like about this whole American Wizard Society was that they are so concerned with exposure and with nomad stuff, right? So like, should I be saying nomad? It doesn't even feel right.
Muggles.
But like that clock is measuring how much exposure they have or whatever. Yeah. To the outside world, and then they've got all this kind of upper management and stuff. You have to get a permit for your wand. You're executed if you do something wrong instead of being sent to Azkaban, right? And that is how like British people view America. Funnily enough.
Are you executed though?
What?
Are you executed though? Like,
am I executed?
No, like it went instead of being sent to Azkaban, you said you're executed. You know?
Yeah, they were gonna sentence him to death.
Yeah, but like that. I mean, well, never mind. We can get to that later. Sorry. We'll get to that later.
But yeah, I did like that. That's kind of a new take on it because it funnily enough makes the British magical world look like, oh, they're such free spirits, right? Like they just do whatever they want and stuff. Yeah. And we hear they're not allowed to intermarry in America, right? With Muggles. And that also led me to wonder, right? If they don't want any Muggles having anything to do with the Wizarding World, right? What happens to the wizard kids' parents? You know? Yeah. Like Hermione's parents in Harry.
Good point.
They're Muggles, but they still get to come to Diagon Alley. They're in Flourish and Blots that day and stuff. Yeah. Do they obliviate the kids' parents and tell them they're sent off to boarding school or something in America?
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. That's an interesting thought. You probably think so. You know, they'd probably do something weird, you know. I mean, if
Obliviate's a fun word, so I was glad they used it so many times.
It is. Obliviate them. Obliviate that old chap.
In terms of other world building, we got his suitcase, which is by far the best, probably, you know?
Really cool, really cool. It looked really cool. You know, first time we see it, it almost looked, first glance, it almost looked like a stage of a play or something. You know, with like the different sections.
It's got like flaps that, and you can't quite tell if it's real or if it's painted on or if it's like, you know.
Really, really cool.
Really cool kind of magical habitat environments.
Yeah, and then he walked, like, the one part where Jacob walks into that one section and kind of expands as he walks in, you know? Really cool. So I feel like the case was one of the highlights, again, you know, seeing all those beasts and just seeing the case. You know, really cool. Looked cool.
Yeah.
Love seeing that, so.
I don't think it's as awe-inspiring as something like Hogwarts, because...
Sure.
It's CGI. Like, it's so much CGI. And honestly, you're just never going to get you're never going to be as amazed by anything if it's CGI. Yeah. Like, that's just a fact of life in general, I think. Like, the helicarrier is pretty amazing, but even that looks real. But, like, that is one of my other issues with the film, is that they use no more practical effects. Yeah. They do build some nice sets. Makuza is all practical. But, like, if you compare... like Grip Hook from the end of Deathly Hallows Part 2, which is, you know, very recent. Yeah. 5 years ago. He's prosthetics and makeup, and he looks great.
He does.
With this, the Goblin
Mr. Gangster Goblin.
The Gangster Goblin, most memorable character. He's Dexter Jester. He's this movie's Dexter Jester. Oh, no!
Oh, he really is, though. Oh, he really is.
He's all mocap and CGI, you know? And I just don't like that nearly as much, you know?
Yeah.
It looks good, but it doesn't look like prosthetics, and it doesn't make me feel real.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have the same feel, you know, which is, I think, part of why we didn't enjoy this as much as the Harry Potter, you know, because it was lots of CGI.
Lots of CGI.
Like, you had said that, I had mentioned this last night, the scene in Half-Blood Prince where Dumbledore puts back together Slughorn's house, you know, and all the pieces are flying around, you know. That's such a cool moment. But then they do it in this, and it's like the whole city, and it's tons of CGI.
It feels so
it just feels like it kind of takes away the magic from it, you know?
And the thing about this is magic is such a normalcy to these people, and they do a good job of bringing some wonder to it, because we introduce the character of Jacob, who's a muggle, and so he gets to have the awe and wonder and stuff that Harry had as a kid, but the magic is nowhere near as interesting, and so they kind of try to make up for that with the beasts, and I think they do a good job of it for the most part, but as I said, I think they need more. You know, so what did you think of the beasts in particular? You know,
I mean,
we got a Niffler, we got a Okami, we got a Bowtruckle. No, live in a Bowtruckle, and
got the Thunderbird.
Thunderbird, fun, yeah.
We got the little invisible moth thing.
Oh yeah, he's Demiguise. He's a Demiguise.
Yeah,
and they use their hair to make invisibility cloaks.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, overall, like you said, the creatures look great, you know?
Yeah.
Even that they are CGI, they still look really good. It's really cool to see them all. You know, I love he's got the little Bowtruckle that he carries around his pocket, you know, which is great. I love that. Yeah. And then, of course, the little, the yo-yo bird he has.
Yeah.
I love that.
The swooping evil.
Yeah, I love that, you know? So there are some, I mean, even though we didn't see a ton, as much creatures as I would like, we did still quite a few, and the few we saw were great, you know?
Yeah.
Visually,
I loved all of them except for the rhino thing. God, what a horrible... Like, that was my least favorite scene in the movie, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Looked really bad CGI, and it did feel...
What the frick was he doing?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was weird.
But, like, see, the thing about this movie is it's trying to be kind of a, like, compare, you know, you look at that scene with the rhino, and he's, like, doing, like, a mating dance and stuff, and it's kind of funny and dumb and stuff, and it's like, this is kind of a romp. There's a fun romp, you know? I mean, it's trying to be lighter and less like good versus evil war than the Harry Potter movies. But at the same time, you've got a Salem witch, like, anti-witch place, and it's kind of creepy. And this whole, you know, I just forgot the name, Obscurus thing.
Yeah.
And that's totally trying to be like this dark thing. And again, like, they're not balancing it out very well.
Mm-hmm. It's two different sides of this movie.
Of this coin.
Yeah. Yeah, so... And most of the time, it just didn't flow quite that well. Yeah. You know, it went from this fun, enjoyable, oh, look at the Niffler flying through the air, you know, to this, oh, here's this weird horror-esque thing, you know? Like with the mom beating her kids, you know?
It's pretty,
it was just very, very odd. I feel like
totally
it could have been done better. Yeah, exactly. It could have been
and
better.
And even, like, it was actually kind of distracting to me, because when you cut from CGI Niffler and stuff, and then you cut to this Salem witch thing, like, they're so... I feel like it was even shot different. Like, the Salem witch stuff felt really, like, real and kind of gritty, and, like, it was in, like, a wooden house, and it just felt more old-fashioned and stuff for some reason. Mm-hmm. And so the difference between that CGI action romp monster stuff and then you cut to that, and it feels so odd and out of place, you know?
It's very choppy, you know?
Yeah. I did like Graves' scenes with Credence.
Credence, he was cool.
I thought they were well acted, for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And it was kind of interesting to see how he's using him towards the end, you know? But...
Sure.
Yeah, I just wish that plot line would have been just cut altogether. You know, and maybe there's going to be significance for it in the next few movies, but it doesn't make this movie good, and that's all I'm concerned with, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So...
Like I said, if they had replaced it with the Beast, I think it would have been a lot better.
Yeah, again,
Yeah.
And if you'd done that, you would have had more time to develop, like, Graves and his motivations and develop Newt.
All the characters, you know, you could develop them more and done a little bit more world building, you know,
right?
With the whole thing, and I feel
let's talk about the characters here.
Yeah.
So Newt, the main character, Newt Scamander, he's a magizoologist. Yeah. What did you think of him?
Overall, I really enjoyed him. You know, I thought Eddie Redmayne did a great job playing his character. You know, I really think he captured the nerdiness of this, you know, misfit. You know, no one liked him in school, you know, that kind of stuff, you know. So I think overall, he did really well, you know. I really liked his character, you know. Definitely not as relatable as, like, Harry or Ron, you know.
Right.
But for the most part, I feel like he worked. He worked pretty good, so.
I admire them for doing a character who's awkward and stuff, because we really get that. You could have easily done another Marvel movie where you go, he's a cocky, kind of arrogant guy, and he's but that's my cliche voice. But like, they did take a bold choice and make him kind of a quirky, kind of, you know, isolated introvert. Yeah, and I liked that. I didn't find him relatable much. And I didn't find him all that fleshed out. Like, he's an introvert and he likes animals. Yeah. But there have been other characters like that have been fleshed out. Hiccup. Yeah. I kept thinking of Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
They're kind of similar.
They are. Really are.
And Hiccup is so much more fleshed out because we just have more time with him, you know? And I look forward to seeing how they're going to flesh out Newt, but I didn't quite connect with him. I connected to the other characters way more than I connected with him, honestly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of the other characters.
There's Porpentina, who is his eventual wife, according to the biography of Fantastic Beasts.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
What did you think?
She was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing. I mean, I think with all these characters, they definitely could have used a little bit more development, you know?
Right.
I did feel like they were just kind of bland in some way, you know? But.
Well, see, the thing is, her character in general is to be like, I have kind of a scarred past, and I've been kicked out of Makusa, and so I kind of hate life, and I'm trying to follow the rules and stuff.
Yeah. And
so for like 2/3 of the movie, she's really unlikable because she's always frowning and she's always like, oh no. But then in the last third of the movie, once she starts connecting with Newt and smiling, and she's kind of got a bit of a hop in her step, a bit of a skip in her step. I really, really liked her a lot towards the end of the movie. And that last scene where they're saying goodbye and stuff, I loved that scene.
That's good.
So I look forward to seeing her in the next movie. I feel like for 2/3 of this movie, I didn't like her, but I really, really liked her towards the end. But that is kind of the issue with most of these characters, is that you have a lot of characters who don't speak their mind and don't say stuff. You have a lot of kind of solemn, silent characters. Exactly. Newt is awkward and quiet, and he doesn't like to talk. Tina is kind of...
Same way, almost.
She's serious. Well, I don't think she's awkward, but she's just serious.
She's quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet for the most part.
And then Queenie, who I liked a lot.
Yeah.
She's very much a... I'm just going to give you like a flirty kind of look.
Yeah, exactly.
Jacob is the most talkative, and I liked him a lot.
Yeah. He's good.
Although even him, when he's bitten by that by the creature, he has a lot of scenes where he's kind of looking around like, you know, like kind of either in awe or in like kind of a shock from his bite, right?
Yeah. Like, I mean, like you said, the characters didn't really do a good job of speaking their mind.
Yeah, like, whenever two characters would start to have a conversation, like she starts to tell him about her past in the Moist Size the Cantina bar.
Yeah.
And she says, I've arrested half the people in here, and that's why I got kicked out of MACUSA, because I tried to arrest the Salem lady or whatever. Yeah. I was like, thank goodness! Start talking! Have a conversation! Please. And what's funny is, in most movies, I told you this last night, in most movies, whenever a character has exposition, you go, exposition, oh my god, info dump. But with this, whenever two characters would start giving exposition and information, I go, thank the Lord, yes, exposition, I can't wait, you know?
But so, I mean, I feel like definitely all the characters, or the three main characters, Newt, Tina, and Queenie, definitely could have used more talking. But I mean, what did you particularly think about Jacob, the one who did have the most talking? You feel, you know?
Right, and he does have the most lines out of everybody. I feel he's the least socially awkward. He's kind of he's definitely your everyman character here.
Yeah, but he's also your comedy relief. You know?
Right. Yeah.
He's kind of both of those. So.
Yeah. He and Queenie were by far my favorite characters in the movie. Honestly,
they were fun.
I loved that kind of blossoming romance between them.
Yeah.
I thought she was very pretty. I thought his face was so emotive and expressive, and like he gave so many different emotions and expressions and just funny faces. And I thought he did a really good job of reacting to these things like a Muggle would. And he did play just kind of this, he's an everyday kind of guy, New Yorker, but he's also a really good, nice guy, you know, and he wants to open up a bakery and stuff.
Yeah.
And I liked that in some ways he was really the heart and soul of this movie, you know?
Definitely.
Especially towards the end when they've got to obliviate him and they're all, you know, awestruck about that. I just hiccuped.
Oh, no. I mean, I did feel like, for the most part, he did have, I mean, like, just to say about that end scene where they have to obliviate him, you know, I did feel like for me in particular, he wasn't developed quite. I mean, I guess I kind of need to see it again, but I think for seeing it for the first time, it felt like they tried to give this whole emotional moment with him going, you know, but I didn't feel like I really had that kind of emotional connection with him.
See, I did, and that made me one of the more subjective moments.
I mean, that's just me personally feeling like, I mean, he did definitely have more, I feel like, more development than any of the other characters, but then, I mean, they give this huge moment at the end, and I kind of was just like, I didn't really know, you know, I kind of need to see it again, but I just didn't feel that kind of emotional connection with him yet, that I was really moved by that scene. Yeah. You know, so.
I kind of was, honestly.
So. Were you?
They were, again, kind of my favorite two characters in the movie. The ones with the most emotion, for sure. The least the least quiet ones.
Yeah.
And I liked that she was a legilimens. We've never seen someone with mind reading
that was cool to see.
powers so easily before. Like Snape could do it to Harry, but it was like really kind of like required effort and only like within certain parameters. She
and
just does it to everyone, like Professor X. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was definitely cool to see another side of that. Had we ever heard of anything like that?
I don't think so.
Did they ever mention? I don't think they do.
I mean, because like Voldemort has it with Harry and stuff, sort of.
Good point.
But we've never seen like straight up mind reading.
Yeah, which is cool to see. Kind of expanding on the wizarding world.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I thought it made her such an interesting character because she's got all this stuff where kind of she's sensing other people's reactions towards her, right? So she knows how she's being perceived. And also like I'm not flirting, she says to Tina. And then she's also got a lot of, she can see into other people's minds, and so she gets them right away. Like she's a very understanding person, I think.
Yeah.
And reading the script, it's even got more because the actress shows a lot through her facial expressions, right?
Okay, does she?
And I even watched some of the B-roll shots in which, like, Tina will say something, and then there'll be a pause, and you can see Queenie in the background, like, smile or something, like, I understand what she was really saying there. Or, like I'm hearing her thoughts or something.
Okay, that's cool.
But there's a lot of stuff in the screenplay, as I've been reading it, where, like, when she and Jacob, I don't think they kiss, but they hug or touch their faces or whatever towards the end on the rooftop.
Don't they kiss? Well, she kisses him, I guess, right?
Right. I'm talking about before that.
Okay.
When they're on the rooftop before they go and fight the Obscurus. There's a lot more in the script of context where it says Queenie reads his thoughts and sees his history of the war and is both mortified and understanding, and she looks into his eyes, blah blah blah,
That's cool.
And so that gives a lot more context,
Yeah.
But I did think the actress did a great job of portraying this emotive kind of always hearing everyone's true nature, character. And I love that moment where she hears Tina is about to be executed and then drops the coffee.
Yeah,
cool. That's fun.
That's good. Which is, it's interesting because, that kind of shows that it's not like your typical Professor X mind reader, Like when she reads your mind, she doesn't see your whole past, I mean, that almost seems like she is only able to look into your mind and see what you're thinking at that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like if they're on the rooftop and if she looks into his mind and see his history with the war, when if she already looked into his mind, when she'd be able to see that before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is interesting to think about, but yeah, she's definitely a really cool character. And I like that twist with the whole mind reading stuff. It was good.
Few minor characters. Madame Picquery, the minister or the president. She's fine.
Yeah, fine. I mean,
whatever.
She's another character that didn't get as much development as they kind of portrayed in the trailers and the posters.
Well, and what is odd is like all these minor characters, even like Fudge in Harry Potter, are so memorable, and I don't know what made them so memorable, but they are. And these film were like marketing tactics. Some of these characters, Madame Picquery, they like marketed her character all over the place, marketed her on a poster, and she's a Funko and stuff, and they're like, we've got a black female wizarding president. And I feel like that was just an excuse, and she doesn't really feel like a character. Versus Fudge, who's like never marketed. He doesn't have Funko. But he feels like much more of a character, He's a coward, and he's a, business guy, and,
Exactly.
So...
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely could have used some more development in just some of the minor characters,
Yeah.
But
and this is, we're holding this up to Harry Potter.
We are.
One of the best film franchises of all time. I mean, we agree on that. Some people might not, but we,
Yeah.
In my opinion, the best film franchise of all time,
Sure.
And I've read the book, so I get the context and stuff, so I'm maybe a little bit biased, but,
Yeah.
And so that is a high bar to set. And maybe... I mean, should we be comparing these? I don't know,
I mean, it's really hard to say, It's because it's connected, but it's not super connected. You know, I think because when me and you first came out of it, we were like, I don't really know. I think that was the initial, like, we were going in and we're like, okay, well, we know the Harry Potter, like, the formula of their movies. You had talked about this last night. The formula of the Harry Potter movies, you know.
There's a teacher, and then there's a red herring, and then they were trying to bring back Voldemort the whole time.
Big villain or whatever, you know. So, and this had a different formula, and it was different than all the other Harry Potter movies,
which I admire, you know?
Yeah, without a doubt, of course.
It's cool to see them spicing it up, and J.K. Rowling definitely tried to make something new.
Yeah.
And it tonally feels new. Thematically, it's new. We've never had anything about, like, animals and wildlife and stuff before, or like LGBT stuff before. And so that is cool that they're doing something new, but I don't know how well it compares, or, like, I don't know if you were watching these movies back to back, I don't know how well they would mesh, you know.
Yeah,
and maybe like they're movies set in the same universe, so you could have like comedies and thrillers and stuff in the Harry Potter universe, just like with Star Wars that we've talked about in the past. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
it's just, what do you think you would rank this among? Let's just consider it part of the 8 Harry Potter films. Where would you rank it among them? Do you know?
I think all the Harry Potter films are better than this.
You think? You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be better than Goblet of Fire, but I don't know. Goblet of Fire is my least favorite Harry Potter film.
It's hard to tell just because it's such a different. I mean, it's the same concept, same kind of stuff, you know, but very different feel to it, you know, whole different time period.
And I'm trying to put my finger on what that feel is. It's more romanticized.
Maybe.
I feel, especially with these characters, it feels more, I don't know if I want to say family oriented, but it feels more kind of quaint and nice and friendly, kind of, at least with the characters. With the Obscurus thing, again, kind of takes away from that.
It does.
But, you know, the Harry Potter films, especially towards the end, are a lot more dire and authentic feeling and just serious, you know. And I like that, but this is very different, so, you know.
Yeah, hard to say.
Where do you rank it as far as 2016 in general?
Oh.
Is it better than Doctor Strange?
Oh.
That's the question, isn't it?
Ooh, sheesh. Better? I don't think it was better, no. I might have enjoyed it a little bit better than Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
You know, just as a movie.
Because it's a Wizarding World movie.
Yeah,
again, like,
I love
more
it.
time spent in the Wizarding World is time well spent, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And so I think I might have enjoyed it better than Doctor Strange, but I don't think I don't think it's better than Doctor Strange.
I feel like the dramatic beats in Doctor Strange hit much better, and the arc is much better. Like, if I compare Newt's arc to Strange's arc, Strange's is a lot more easy to accomplish.
Way better. Yeah.
Because Strange is a jerk, and he becomes a hero, right?
Yeah.
Newt is, to its credit, Newt's arc is more complicated, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of socially awkward, and he only likes animals, and he kind of learns to be a friend to people, right?
Yeah,
and has someone like him. And that's a more complicated arc, but it also doesn't quite land as well.
It's not as relatable, you know?
Well, and if you compare, like, the climax of Doctor Strange, I don't know why we're comparing these movies, but like, if you compare the climax of Doctor Strange, he says, "I will die again and again if it keeps you from, you know, if it keeps them safe from you."
Yeah,
you go, yes, that's a climax. That's a perfect. The dramatic beat lands perfectly. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. You know, and it lands. This, I didn't feel that triumph moment there. You know, of yes, we won. You know, but I don't know.
I agree.
So.
I think overall it's probably, let's see, maybe top, definitely top 10 of 2016. I think probably top 5. You know. Maybe,
I don't think top 5 for me.
No? Maybe number 5 for me. I don't know.
I put it on Letterboxd. Let me see where I put it.
Okay.
I put it above, and this is ranked objectively. I put it above Star Trek Beyond.
We had that.
and below Doctor Strange. It's number... For me, it is number... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Number 8. Okay.
Yeah. Below Doctor Strange, above Star Trek Beyond. So,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think... Yeah. Yeah, I don't. I'd have to form a list like that to really.
What do you rank it out of 22, Hitchcock? Out of 22. Classic rating system that makes no sense.
Let's go. Probably like a 17.
Yeah,
maybe?
Something like that.
17. Yeah.
16 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because
I go 17.
12 or 11
what did I
is
give
half.
Doctor Strange? I don't even know.
I don't know either. I would probably give this a 16 or 17, something like that. Yeah. Someone do the math and tell us what that is in out of 10.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Overall, loved. I really had a good time with it. You know.
Yeah.
Great to see the
like I say, I'm gonna go see it again on Tuesday.
And I'm pumped to see Mr. Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Mr. Johnny Depp. We didn't even talk about that.
We didn't.
Grindelwald is gonna be the next one. You know.
Mr. Johnny Depp, man.
They've revealed that the titles for the next movies. We've discussed this in a joking manner recently. In a joking manner. That we were unsure of what the title of the next movie was going to be. And apparently it's going to be Fantastic Beasts and the blank. Or Fantastic Beasts and blank.
Okay.
So, like Harry Potter and the blank, you know. So
that
I guess implies that the beasts will be the forefront of all the movies.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess. I mean...
That might be interesting. I don't know.
Fantastic Beasts and where not to find them, maybe? I don't know.
Well, I'm thinking it'll be something like Fantastic Beasts and the...
Wizarding War.
I literally said that last night in a joke.
Did you?
Yeah. Fantastic Beasts and the Cup of Remembrance. I don't know. I just thought of a random object and a random word.
The Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm overall optimistic.
Yeah.
The script is quite good. I think many of the flaws with this, other than the fact that we've got two conflicting storylines here, that is J.K. Rowling's fault, for lack of a better word. But all the other flaws with this, I don't think are her fault. I think they're mostly fault of the editing and...
those people.
Yeah, those folks.
Screwing everything up.
Yeah. That's what I have to say about Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
It's pretty good overall.
Yeah.
You know, fun. Definitely
All right. So, we do this segment on the show, and it's called Pick of the Week.
Yeah.
Pick of the Week. And obviously our Pick of the Week this week is Fantastic Beasts. But you saw a movie that I saw last week. This week.
I did.
If that makes any sense. And I figured we'd talk about it for a couple minutes.
Let's do it.
What'd you see?
The good old Arrival.
There you go. There you go.
Came out last week.
It's a lot better than Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, isn't it?
It is.
It's a lot better film.
You saw opening night. I saw it just this past Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, it's trippy. It is
real trippy.
So good.
I had to explain stuff to you afterwards.
You did, dude. So I saw a later showing. It was at 7:30.
Yeah.
And since you're 3 hours ahead of me, we couldn't talk right when I got home.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna go sleep on this. And then I woke up, and we talked about it, and you explained like the whole movie to me, and my mind was blown. Because I was like, I don't know why it was so confusing to me. Because right when you said it, it all made sense. You know.
Yeah.
But it's real good. I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Overall, a really profound kind of Nolan-esque movie.
It is. Yeah. It's such a different alien movie than we're used to.
Right.
You know?
It turns lots of trends on its head. We talked about this last week.
It's not explosions and fighting. It's just, I mean, like you said last week.
There's no gas cloud with Ezra Miller's face on it.
No.
For lack of a better.
Exactly. But yeah, really, really cool. Fantastic twist.
It's my favorite of 2016 so far. Or, I don't know if it's my favorite. 10 Cloverfield Lane is my favorite, but it's, I think, the best of 2016 that I've seen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Real
I loved
good.
it.
So I want to see it again.
Yeah.
Really, really hoping to see it again soon.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Did I watch anything this week other than
Fantastic
Beasts? I don't think I did, honestly. Did I ever mention Hunt for the Wilder People? I don't think I did.
I think you might have mentioned getting it.
Yeah.
I don't think
Chance, our buddy Chance. That's how I always refer to him. Our
good old
buddy Chance. And then you say that. Good old Chance. You always say that.
Chance.
He recommended this movie that came out at the beginning of this year called Hunt for the Wilder People. And it's a very good movie. I bought it on DVD just to watch it because you can't rent it anywhere yet. Yeah. It's about this old man and a young kid who go on an adventure in the wilderness of New Zealand in the brush, or the bush, I think it's called. And it's very similar to Up, but with some more mature themes. And it's really well made in terms of British filmmaking. Like, the humor's unique. Much of it is visual humor, kind of like Scott Pilgrim, right? Where it's like cinematography generated. And it's just a really well-shot movie. I don't think the dramatic beats land perfectly. The character arcs aren't perfect, and their motivation isn't perfect. Yeah. But overall, it's quite a good film, and I would recommend it 10 out of a billion. Awesome. Whatever that means.
Oh, jeez, that's real low.
Yeah, it actually is a pretty low rating. Never mind. 10 out of 10.
Cool stuff.
All right.
I have to check that out.
So this has been our Fantastic Beasts episode. Dude, we've been building for this for years, you know?
We have.
Like, when we first started this podcast, I remember us finding out about Fantastic Beasts and finding out it was going to be set in New York and all that, you know?
Same thing with Doctor Strange.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Finding about that. Oh.
Look how far we've come. I think that's a song.
It is now.
Yeah, it is now. That's our new catchphrase. All right. So where can people find us on social medias?
I'm at nerd_stream7 on Instagram and Twitter.
And I'm at Houston Productions 1 on Instagram and at Blockbusted Pod on Twitter. Mainly use my Twitter. Go follow it. And also, you can contact us at blockbustedpodcast@yahoo.com if you want to email us. We haven't gotten an email in like many months, so just do it. Send us a hi. Send us a friendly hello.
Tweet at us, either one.
Yeah, either way. Yeah. Blockbusted is, as far as I know, sponsored by Audible. We don't get many emails from them, so we never really know if we are or not. But if you want to get a free audiobook of your choice...
you can get a free audiobook, so maybe go see if you can get the Fantastic Beasts screenplay.
Oh, that'd be cool. I wonder if that is
check
a thing.
That out.
Who's to say?
That'd be cool, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or just the Harry Potter audiobooks in general.
Maybe
they're
this
great.
Is pointless.
Yeah. Like all of life. This episode has been off the rails, off the cuff, off the track. Yes. We thank you for sticking with us through this dumb podcast of ours. And we'll see you in the next episode. Say your catchphrase.
Hashtag wing it.
Boom, there you go. Accurate.
Or gotta get me some froth. Which none of you will know.
None of you will get that until you listen to the web extra on Wednesday.
Stay tuned later this week.
Yeah. You'll get it on Wednesday when you listen to our fun web extra. All right.
Love it.
We'll see you guys in the next episode. What even is this, guys? Bye.
Bye.